life is happening. So this is my way of doing it. Black kajal and Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys have been doing well. Welcome back to a makeup video. This time we are going to do an Onam makeup tutorial. I hope you guys are ready for it. If this is your first time here, please do check out the other videos. My name is Anuradha. I'm a makeup artist of 9 years and I create beauty, lifestyle and travel content here on YouTube. I am filming this video so late. I just did not have the time in between work and so many other commitments, but we are going to do this. I also have three new products that I picked up. My skin is prepped. I am done with my moisturizer, sunscreen and a little bit of under eye cream and some lip balm. So let's get started. Since we are going to do an Onam look today and I want this to last a little bit and it's a little bit more glam and it's not like an everyday makeup look. So we are going to use some primer. This is one of my favorite primers of all time, the Renne a Bollywood filter primer. So if you have skin like me, which has a lot of pores, which is oily and also has a little bit of pitted scars, then a primer works great, especially if you want your makeup to go on a lot more smoothly and last longer. Another tip that I can give you is to actually remove your facial hair. Nowadays it's so easy. You get all of the devices that you use to just remove the facial hair and it makes your makeup go on so much more smoothly. I'll link the one that I use down in the description along with everything else. Let's begin. We are going to take a little bit of the primer. Be mindful of how much you use. See, I told you I really love this one. If you haven't checked this out, you should. So I like to just apply it in this area which has a lot more visibly larger pores. I don't like my whole face being too matte, but I do like my T-zone and the area around my nose to be a lot more matte than everywhere else. I'm on the nose. My period is gonna come, so that's why I'm getting a breakout here and also one over here. Life is happening, and also my schedule has just been so hectic. Wow, did you see that? The minute my schedule goes for a toss, I do start breaking out, and I've just accepted it. It's fine. It just comes and goes, but otherwise everything's good. Okay, so that's it. That's the amount of primer that I'm going to use. If you all have darker spots like acne marks that have been left, I have like a few over here. So you can of course go ahead and just use this on those areas also so that the makeup doesn't slip that easily. Once primer is done, I like to let it settle in a little bit. I also take the leftover on my eyelid because I have really oily eyelids. And apart from that, if you do skincare, then your eyelids tend to be naturally quite oily. So I just like to take a little bit of leftover and smooth it on the eye. So everything just goes in more smoothly. Now that the primer has settled in and it's been 2 minutes, the next thing I like to do is eyes. I always like to start with eye makeup either on me or anyone else just so that we can avoid any fallout and it's just easier to correct mistakes. I'm thinking of doing like a brownie golden maybe or just brownish kind of look. So I am going to go in with the Huda Beauty Creamy palette. I love this one. Can you see these colors? They're so beautiful. I love cream eyeshadows. I love it much more than powder eyeshadows because I feel they just go on much more better and powder can tend to get into your lines and sometimes the pigmentation doesn't work. Let's take a little bit. So this is something I just use as the base. You've seen me use this so many times now. This is the Lamel Mad Eyes Liquid Eyeshadow. Just like a very light wash of it. Because this is cream shadows, I would rather go in with a little bit of a thicker brush which is not too soft. This won't really work well with cream. It works well with powder. But if you have cream eyeshadows, try a brush that's a little bit more stiff, something like this, so that you can blend your cream in properly. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this color. and just going to go all over the lid. This sort of creates a lighter base for your eye makeup in general. Now we want to go in with the slightly deeper shade, the top one, this one. Always use light movements to blend your eyeshadow. It automatically looks a lot more flawless. And we're doing this all over the lid as well. That's how it looks. Okay, now I want to take a deeper shade just for the outer corner, maybe this black one, and just place this at the corner. Doing the same thing on the other eye. Just blending it lightly at the outer corner. I don't want this to be very harsh. I just want it to look like a deeper shadow towards the outer edge. Just taking a different brush. I'm deepening it a little bit more with another brush and doing the same on the other eye. That's how it looks. I love brown kajals. I'm a brown kajal girl. I prefer it than black. Actually, that's not true. I like brown usually, but I do like black when it comes to traditional outfits. So now we're just going to draw a brown liner basically. Actually, not a defined liner, but just to give it some more definition. Take a straight brush like this and just smudge it out. Doing the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to use a black kajal now to intensify this a little bit more. So we're just going to go very close to the lash line and taking the same brush to just blend that in. Repeating this on the other eye as well. Isn't that so pretty? My favorite part. It's time for glitter. So we are going to take this brownish sort of glitter color, if you can see, and just take it. Oh my god, so pretty. I'm doing it all over the lid. That is stunning. Wow. That is so damn pretty. I haven't used this color yet. This is the first time I'm using it. And I know I'm gonna use it more. It's stunning. Oh my god. Doing the same on the other side. Okay, now we are going to go back to our black kajal and just do tight lining, which is basically this. What this does is that it's going to fill in any amount of gaps that can peek through in between, and it just makes your lash line look a lot more fuller. If you've made it to here in the video, please drop a black heart in the comments so that I know that you're watching. And if these tips are helpful, then please drop in a comment about that as well. It would really mean so much to me. Doing it on the other eye. Your entire eye makeup looks so finished when you do these smaller things. Now I'm going to line the waterline also, but just the waterline, not going below the waterline, just like that. So the next step is mascara, and I'm still not done with the eyes. I'm going to come back to it once I finish my face completely, but for now it's okay and it looks pretty, so it's done. Oh, this is a new mascara I was talking to you all about. This is by ForeverGlam. And can you all guess where this is from? This is from Pantaloons. Pantaloons has a makeup brand, and Pantaloons has had a glow up. When did this happen? No one told me about this. I went yesterday and I was shocked. Of course, I picked up two things. The brand's name is ForeverGlam. They did have more things, but I just want to try this first. So this is first impressions, guys. I will do a shorts on it later, but if you watch my long format, then you get the real tea. It has that very like mascara fragrance. What do you all think? I think it's nice. It's not that it's bad, but I'm still not 100% hooked to it from the first go. Sometimes mascaras tend to dry out a little bit and then we end up liking them a lot more. Okay, that's how it looks. It does look good, not that it looks bad, but we'll see. So now that we're done with eyes, let's move on to a little bit of base. Going to start with foundation, of course. I like to take a brush like this. This is Real Techniques. And I like to just take out a little bit of excess here. Sort of press it into my skin because we're going for a little bit more coverage today. My only issue with this foundation is that the bottle looks a little tiny for the price that they're charging. And I haven't compared it with Maybelline, which sort of retails at the same price, which I think I should. Let me know if you guys want to see a comparison video. Because I have a tan line, I don't like putting foundation over here. I just like to take whatever excess is there on my brush and blend it across so that it's not very harsh and it just looks a little bit more seamless that way. That's how the skin looks after one layer of it. Of course, it's not set with powder, but this is just the foundation, and it doesn't look too dewy. It has like a semi-matte sort of finish. This has been my recent favorite concealer combo. It's the Ruby's Organics Hydra Concealer in the shade HC4 and the Lakme Concealer in the shade 24 Beige. So I like to go in with the rubies first and then do a little bit of highlighting with the Lakme one. Take a little bit. This one is so creamy and pigmented. And today, because we're doing a full glam, I'm going to use a brush. Otherwise, I generally use my fingers. But this just gives me a lot more control of the product and where to place it. I don't like taking concealer all the way up to the waterline. I like to leave it a little below. If you experience a lot of creasing, then you should try this as well. It also leaves a very beautiful natural shadow under the eye, which automatically makes your eye look a little bit more bigger. This color is my exact shade match. Like, can you see how beautifully it just blended into my skin? So if I'm just going to step out and for every day, I love just using this and doing some powder and calling it a day. I'm just going to do a few dots of the lighter tone here and here. That's it. You want to blend it first. I just like to do light tapping motions. See, again, you're not seeing me go all the way to the waterline. I can totally use this concealer as is also without doing the deeper one. But you know, the deeper one just adds a little bit more of finesse to your whole look, if I may. See, that's how it looks. You can see it's a very subtle difference, but it's there. Little bit here, little bit here. Blend that out. This is why I like using a brush if I've done a full on base, because it gives you so much more control of where you're placing the product exactly. And now, just as a finishing tip, what I like to do is I like to take the eyeshadow brush that was left over and just sort of blend this into the concealer that we just did to make it look a little bit more seamless. And whatever is left over, I like to take it under the eye. And now we're going to take the flat brush that we did the black with and just blend this in a little bit more. That is how it looks. Now it's time for blush. Blush of choice is going to be Marmelo Beauty. If you all haven't heard of this brand, then you should go check them out. They are a cruelty-free brand that makes serum blushers. And this one is in the shade Desert Rose. I love this shade. I actually got it as a giveaway from them when I participated in it. But it's such a beautiful color, especially on brown skin. And it gives a dewy finish. It's not matte, but we are going to powder today. And it's so pigmented. See? It's so pigmented. Blending it in. Doing it on the other side. Now it's time to powder. I am going to use the Mars Trend Setting Powder. You all know it's my favorite on a budget. And a puff, a triangle puff. Pressing it in. Like I said, I don't like to go all the way. Under eyes, yes. But I like to leave this sort of area so it naturally catches a little bit of light. Last step is lip liner. Actually, not the last. I want to do like some gloss on the center also. This is the Mars Cosmetics Deep Dawn. Final step, lip gloss. A little bit just at the center. This is also a new product. This is the Mila Butte Gloss Girl. This is a good product, and the color and the pigmentation. I am definitely doing a shot for this one. Now that is done, my whole makeup is done. I'm going to put on some jewelry and be right back. That's it, guys. That's the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. I love doing a traditional look. I love wearing sarees. If you like the video, please let me know in the comments. Please tell me what else you would like to see, and if this was easy enough, if you want any other sort of breakdowns that you would like to see, I'd be more than happy to do it. I had so much of fun. I love how the look turned out. Please keep liking and also keep sharing this to someone. I'm gonna see you all very soon in the next video. Till then, bye.